Let's get into this. The tragic downfall of Dushane and Top Boy. Let's see what's up with this shit. They need to bring Top Boy back. I don't think Dushane died, bro. Probably Sully.
Some people crave money and power.
You see, once you get there, when you're on top, that's a different ballgame, fam. We're gonna be running everything again. A whole empire.
You love money, and you love power.
See, all of this is just the first step. I have a plan.
But how low are some willing to fall when they lose it all?
Oh, she's taken everything. She's gone. As in, she's gone.
I'm gonna find them, and you're gonna bring them back to me. If you don't, you ain't gonna live to see the weekend.
Dushane is a man who'd already done evil things to get to the top, but when everything came crashing down, we saw the worst of him.
Dushane, talk to me. What's going on?
Get my f***ing business, yeah?
Are you listening to me? It's not about the money.
So what's it about then? What's it about? Ever since we were kids, bruv, together, running up and down these streets, trying to get to the top. What for? It's worth losing your people, family.
Oh, she's taken everything. She's
I ain't
gone.
gonna front. The UK be having some decent actors, though, bro. They be doing good in the shows.
On his downfall, it's crucial we understand how we got to this place first. Raised in Summer House, a ghetto estate in East London,
remember when I first started watching this shit.
Worked their way up the ranks.
No, I mean,
everyone knows you, Dushane.
Sparing you all the details,
I remember
you
all
realize
this
that this
shit.
life involved being someone capable of violence in order to find the success within it.
I'm sick of that fat you know?
I'm telling you now, we ain't getting nowhere with this guy sitting on top of man like that.
He naturally seemed to be a strong leader, someone who planned things out, someone who typically considered the long-term consequences before carrying out an action, and someone who put money and power above everything else.
Shane, you can't get yourself out of this, man.
I will. I made enough money. If it ain't me making money from this thing, there's gonna be someone else out there, man.
He and Sully went to war with many people along the way, and despite struggling at times, eventually they would come out on top, and Dushane would live the life he dreamed of.
This year you'll be left with 10 million?
That sounds about right. Stepping back from the roads now. By next year, I want to be completely legit.
He had millions in the bank, clean money too, using investments and an accountant. He was living in an expensive apartment, completely contrasting his ghetto upbringing, and with the woman he thought he loved. Dushane had fulfilled his fantasy, and to him, all of the violence and hard work would have been for something.
Until
She's gone. As in, she's gone.
Lizzie, life, they've done a runner. I can't get my money. I'm gonna find them, and you're gonna bring them back to me. If you don't, you ain't gonna live to see the weekend.
I don't think any of us will ever be able to empathize with Dushane in this moment. Every action he had taken in the streets up to this point had been for the money, and now it was all gone. We, as the external viewers, understand the typical rules of the game, that gangsters commit their crimes, make a lot.
I ain't gonna front. This video is edited so beautifully, bro. I love the way they edited this shit. This shit is beautiful. I want to learn how to edit videos like that.
Of money, then they end up dead or in jail.
The business you're in, the longer you're in it, there's only two ways that it's going to end. You either die or you go down.
But in their mind, in this fantasy, they can commit all of these bad deeds, kill people, destroy lives, and only profit from it without much repercussion. And once they've made enough, they can sit back and enjoy the fruits of their labor. But Dushane's fate, in some sort of perspective, can be seen as worse than jail, maybe even worse than death. Imagine feeling like you have everything, whatever everything is to you. Maybe it's a beautiful family, maybe it's your dream career, maybe like Dushane, it's having so much money that you don't have to work anymore. But then in a split second, it gets taken from you. Money and power are everything to Dushane, and it wasn't just lost, it was stolen from him, and the culprits had disappeared.
You have some good news for me, so I need that right now.
Lizzie flew last week from Stansted to Dublin.
Fuck's sake.
Shit.
Where's my money, bro?
And I tell you, it's gone.
Yo, boy said, what can I tell you is gone, like he expected him to just be okay with that. Nah, the way he edited this shit is epic, bro. Nah.
Let's understand Dushane's prior predicament with the three crucial characters. We have Jeffrey, who was in the real estate business and helped Dushane clean his drug money.
I love the way they edited
who,
this
similar
shit.
to Jeffrey, would help clean the money and act as an accountant for Dushane. And we have Lizzie, who used to be Dushane's business partner, acting as the bridge between the drug supply overseas and Dushane in London. She was also close friends with Live and the wife of Jeffrey. However, their relationship was on its way down and they were considering a divorce.
If we were to split, how would we divide the assets?
Split? Still hypothetical, isn't it?
The law says 50-50.
My side of things brought a lot more to the party than your side of things.
I need to know my future secure.
Dushane would then go on to cut ties with Lizzie and go straight to the Overseas Connect himself.
Get on a plane and go home.
What the f*** are you talking about? You don't even speak Spanish.
Lizzie.
You don't even know where you're going.
Listen to me carefully. I don't need.
Yeah, he
This
kind of
would
messed
spark
up
the
when he
beginning
did
of
that.
Lizzie's resentment towards Dushane. He had cut her out, meaning her value and therefore her income source was gone.
I had a business. It was going to be our business until Dushane took it away from us.
Now the dots come together. Remember what Lizzie said to Jeffrey?
I need to know my future secure.
So we know she's anxious about her financial future, she doesn't love her husband anymore, she hates Dushane, and one of her close friends has access to Dushane's money. Jeffrey also made the mistake of not changing his passwords as soon as the divorce was suggested, as Lizzie has access to his bank accounts too. I know that's his wife and he should trust her, but she's literally a drug supplier. He can never be too safe. So what I'd assume happened is Lizzie approached Live with something along the lines of,
Why not just rob them and disappear?
to which Live replied,
If we're going to do
voice-
it, we have to do it right.
Nah,
When the time comes, I'll let
the
you know.
AI
and then
voices.
all it took was a threat to put things in motion.
Because I'm coming back tomorrow. And you better have some good news for me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's when Live told Lizzie it was time. Lizzie locked Jeffrey out of his bank accounts, and Live transferred Dushane's money back into her own account, £15 million. So if we try to comprehend the emotion going through Dushane, and the fact he'd gone from enough money to retire back to square one, he only had one man to take out his frustration on. In psychology, this looks similar to the concept of displacement, a defense mechanism involving the transfer of negative feelings from one person or thing to another. The theory is that a person deals with the tension or anxiety associated with negative feelings, such as fear or anger, by releasing them onto a non-threatening target. In this situation, Lizzie and Live have already left the country and there's little chance of finding them. If he could, I'm pretty sure he'd kill them too, but Jeffrey was unfortunately the bearer of bad news in this situation, and despite Dushane typically being a more cold and calculated individual, in this situation, he wasn't able to control his emotions.
I ain't going front. I'd have been, what the hell? I'd have been sick, bro. Y'all niggas ain't even give me no bath. Why you leaning there so close to me for? What with you? You guys weird.
This was really where the downfall comes into fruition. From the moment he fully comprehended his money wasn't coming back, then murdered Jeffrey and failed to clean up the crime scene, life as he knew it was over. Mentally, he was just in a different place, and
Yeah, he
once again
wilded
bringing
out.
back displacement, he snaps at one of the only people trying to be his people.
Look, please, where are you going? Just wait. Wait! You can talk to me. Tell me what's going on. I'm here.
Stay out of my f***ing business, yeah?
Shelley and Dushane had met a year or two prior, and almost straight away there was a connection. The reason why their relationship would end up working so well was that Shelley was okay with and understood Dushane's line of work, as long as it didn't interfere with their personal life too much and put her and her daughter in danger. She was even planning to open up a chain of shops for her nail bar and let Dushane launder his dirty money through the shops. And it was perfect, but despite her not knowing what had just entailed, she had a sixth sense of understanding Dushane was different. His hands were bloody, he was aggressive, he talked down to her, and really and truly, as much as she loved him, it started to scare her, and she realized she'd underestimated how dark Dushane could really be, or she underestimated how much she could tolerate.
What's it about? It's not about the money, but your
One minute you're in a good mood, next minute you come home with blood on your hands. Do you think I want my daughter around that?
If you've watched the original seasons of Top Boy, this relationship storyline might sound familiar with Dushane. Although they met under different circumstances, he found himself in some sort of relationship with a lawyer named Rihanna. She, like Shelley, was his peace and challenged his mind to see the world different.
Doesn't it bother you, having no security?
I have security.
You don't have a property in your name, you don't have a car in your name. And what do you have to show for all your efforts?
I'm from summer house, babe. Where from the day you're born, they tell you can't have nothing.
You know, when I first saw you, I thought, what's he doing on the streets, running a bunch of kids?
When I was at school, my headmaster took me into his office one day and he told me, you won't accept anyone telling you what to do. You're disrespectful to the teachers. You ain't never gonna achieve anything in life. But ask anyone in summer house. They know my name. They know who I am.
Summer house is a shithole. You're the king of a shithole, Dushane.
And she, like Shelley, wanted to aid Dushane's ordeals by introducing him to real estate investors where he could launder his money in. But she, like Shelley again, thought she had what it took to be with a gangster. But when things really got dark, she bailed.
You know, I thought we were going somewhere together.
We still are.
Are you living in some kind of parallel universe?
No. I'm living right next to you.
You and me. This can't work.
Can work. Rihanna.
But Shelley ending things would have hurt more, because now, Dushane actually had no one. Back then, Dushane had his mum, he had Sully, he had Driss, he was the leader of Summer House, so a relationship was something expendable.
Word, I ain't going front. That's how a lot of people look at it for real. Like when they on top of the world, they got everything. They look at their relationship as last.
Was him. Now, his mum was dead, Driss was dead, Sully had taken over Summer House and cut Dushane out. He had no one, and all of his earnings had disappeared. Dushane had always placed money over relationships, not just romantic, but any. Unless it benefited him financially, he didn't care. And now, his fingerprints were found at the crime scene of Jeffrey's murder, and he had to run. He was advised by his lawyer to flee the country under a new identity, but because he had no one left, that wasn't an issue to him.
So I take it you said your goodbyes.
I ain't got no one to say goodbye to.
But there was one issue.
Life on the run is fucking expensive.
I ain't gonna front, bro. That's what niggas is trying to say Diddy was trying to do, but they was wrong. My son didn't even go nowhere.
What am I doing? Give me the phone.
No, sorry, I can't give it to Sully.
Give me the phone.
What is that? Get your hands off me.
In a moment of desperation, Dushane robbed his own friend. Sully had $500,000 worth of drugs being delivered to him, enough for Dushane to pay for his escape. And he knew the time and place it was coming, so he intercepted it. This led to him having to run for his life from Sully in order to be picked up and taken away and escape for good. But he was cool.
You shot me!
You robbed me!
Didn't have no fucking money, did I?
I would've give you the money.
You were not giving me shit. You fucking know.
I would've give you the money!
You're lying! We were done! Remember?
Would Sully have given Dushane the money? A hard question to answer given the circumstances. During the time of their lengthy friendship, partnership, brotherhood, whatever you want to call it, there were definitely many periods where if the question was asked, the answer would certainly be yes. But now so much had gone on, the answer becomes distorted. Sully had told Dushane that the two of them need to go their separate ways. That when Sully sells the next batch, they split it 50-50 and that's them done. Although I don't know how much money Sully had exactly, it had to be pretty high considering Dushane had 16 mil, and Sully would get the bags of money sent to his boat whilst having barely any overheads. I'd assume he did have a couple mil stashed somewhere. So really and truly, all Dushane had to say was, Sully, I know we're done, but the police are onto me, and I have to leave today. Could you just give me my half now, and I'll be gone? He didn't even call Sully the whole time he was hiding from police. He didn't even try to see if Sully would help. In the past, he'd had no problem asking for a helping hand when times got rough.
He let his pride take over.
All I need is 10 bags, down payment.
So you've come to me. So it couldn't have just been a pride issue. I think due to everything going on, he just didn't have a straight head, or he overestimated Sully's meaning of being done. So in terms of Sully
It
giving the
definitely
money,
was his
as
pride,
Kanye
'cause
would say,
they
I
done
guess
it.
we'll never know.
in the end, Dushane died a lonely man, running from the inevitable fate of a criminal, death or prison. But he couldn't make it out.
I don't think that nigga dead. I don't think that nigga dead, y'all. I really don't think he dead. I'm waiting for the next season, bro. I'm telling y'all, he not dead.